So anyway, let's jump into it. Number one. I see y'all see the title is YouTube. I swear to God, I'm gonna make that a damn and there's a lot of ideas that I say I'm gonna do, and then it's like filed in the corner for me to bring shit out. That's gonna be a series. It's YouTube, and then it's gonna talk about YouTube fuckery. And when I say YouTube fuckery, I'm not necessarily talking about like the little shit we do back and forth in here. I'm looking at the lead attorney right now, and I had it on mute, so I gotta go see. And I'm looking at like all these niggas I'm subscribed to on my main account. Now, poor man is on the Manosphere Manosphere side, just because for categorizational things, but he would be on my main account. That Spencer Cornelia dude is one of the white dudes I got on my account, and I've been watching him even before he blew up, because I gotta shout out to that dude. You understand, I have made a good amount of money off that dude, because the people that he says are frauds, they attract people. They attract the type of people that's in kind of the targeted stuff I deal with. So I be like, yo, I didn't even know who that motherfucker is. And from them, I'll find somebody and somebody and somebody. So I'll find whole like markets, because I'm that I didn't even know about, because of him saying this dude's a fraud. So I've low-key made a good amount of money actually off of him, as far as people that I can reach out to. Not the people he calls frauds, but their followings. So shout out to him. Then you got like Auburn Preach, I didn't really know who they were. It's like one of those things where it's a video I'm interested in, I may watch, but I don't watch a lot of their content. But I got respect for them being out there and them really building the platform. Then you had that Play and Finn, who I didn't know nothing about. But then you got the 2K shit, which I knew that was like its own thing. My youngest brother is actually into that scene. And I know they probably interweave with the shoe scene. And so I love that. Shout out to the lead attorney, man. Because I know people talk about the white dude's really funny. And he is. He built this kind of shit on like the sarcasm, because it's a way of kind of taking the edge off of what he talks about. So it doesn't seem like he's angry or bitter. But at the same time, allows him to like call out the bullshit that he says is bullshit. For the most part, he's solid. He's very rarely, it's something where I think he's being a little bit biased on. And I have seen him sit down with certain people that are willing to talk, and him actually hear out what's being said. And if it doesn't make sense, he'll say it, but really, so I'll give him credit. And Pocket Watching is yet to do that, even though I'm always gonna stick with the brothers. But Pocket Watching, when he brings somebody on, he still want to be right, because he still got it. So it is what it is. So that's interesting. It's interesting seeing all them YouTubers up there, and then it's at 10,000 views right there. So that's without Kevin. That's somebody that ain't Kevin. Kevin ain't involved. So it's interesting to say that, because even though this Fresh and Fit thing is big, it still goes to show you that there is market to be gotten. So there's a couple of things that why do I call it is YouTube? I call it is YouTube because we're going to talk about some YouTube shit, some inside baseball. There's a lot of things that I know. There's a lot of things that, like, as far as how to drive a channel and stuff, it just, I don't put it out there, because I'm not about that be that nigga that, I got less than 5,000 subscribers, but I'm trying to tell other people how to do this. Now, I'm probably pretty good at probably telling people how to get to 1,000, saying if you really need to get to 1,000, like, within I'd say a 90-day period or less, maybe that's probably something I can talk about, but I don't really want to do that. If anything, for the most part, a lot of the game I'm going to be giving is going to be good game, knowledgeable game, not stuff that's not known, but stuff that a lot of people that's not in the know. But I'm definitely not gonna be charging, because then it becomes, oh, well, look at your subscribers. Now down the road I may do that if I get to the point where I'm at like 2025, and I'm making like 5,000-6,000. Yeah, I may do that. But even then, it'll be more on some like have a mastermind, pay X amount of dollars for it kind of thing, versus which is not gonna be a lot, versus because there's a lot. You'd be surprised how many people really trying to get on with YouTube. And then I'm going to have a specific focus, obviously on the brothers. Because, but I'm not, you know how it is. So anyway, hold on. Yeah, 11,000 viewers. That's impressive. That might be a record for the lead attorney. 6. And to be fair, Kevin has been kind of ironing out about 12, even when fuckery time happens. He's been ironing out about 12, so there's that. But yeah, so so it goes to show you stuff can happen, and then you got O'Shea just knocking at the door to like. So I think a lot of perspective needs to be had, and I think people are so in the moment, wanting the narrative to be right. Like I see Ramil and AM1 are talking, which I'm gonna go check that out later on. I'll get the replay, put that on the 2 times playback speed. And I heard some of the stuff, and like I told you, I agree with a lot of stuff Ramil say. But sometimes how y'all be absorbing that shit, it ain't his fault. Y'all be kind of doing the most with it, like remixing that so that could formulate whatever narrative y'all want to have about what your YouTuber ain't doing or your YouTuber ain't on or whatever. And my thing is, at the end of the day, it's YouTube. Like if a lot of people ain't even approaching YouTube truly in the same way that they could. It's just some shit they putting videos up. That's it. That's how I did it, at least on this thing. And real talk, I haven't really thought of being a YouTube entrepreneur. But it's like if the money there, I might as well go get it. Um, and so, and it's kind of like, and YouTube has a lot of different applications for it. But anyway, so it's just weird to me seeing like a lot of those YouTubers kind of merge up. It really just goes to show you the different levels to the shit. So let's see, what the fuck? Here. Nah, I ain't Costco. I'm in Sheets. Sheets is a southern thing. A 24-hour gas station that makes nasty food, or nigga food. But people be eating that shit though. I mean, all right, Spliff. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I mean, so I will say, from the Donald, I think Fresher Fish should win the Donald Trump School of Marketing Award. I'll give you that. I will definitely give you that. And it's one of those things where, and make no mistake, I don't think they did this on purpose, but one of the intended consequences. First of all, so a couple of things. Number one, and I look at things from a non-biased eye. That's why I got real offended when fucking TLA tried to say I was being biased, because that kind of goes to the heart of my character. I know he didn't mean it that way, but I took it that way. What the fuck? Hell no, I don't eat there. I ain't never had nothing from fucking Sheets other than normal shit. Give me a second. I used to do fantasy sports. That'll make your blood pressure high. Don't, I ain't trying to knock Ramil's hustle. Y'all tell Charles about the Ramil's George situation. All right, so like I was saying, shout out to Charles for $10. But yeah, man. Like, anyway, so like I was saying, damn, because I'm going to go to ABC store too. But I hate when motherfuckers send me on fucking send-off missions, man. It's like, fuck. But luckily, it ain't cold, man, because it was cold as a motherfucker earlier today. Anyway, all right, I'm back. He all, man, whatever, man. Ramil always, I love you too. That shit, you don't never truly, that's the second time, whatever, man. Nigga, it ain't nothing to really, honestly, it don't take that much to do a YouTube, the way we do YouTube videos, it don't take a lot. So when people be like, they left YouTube, I take that shit with a grain of salt. I personally don't. I mean, it is what it is. The world gonna continue spinning. Yeah, man, Ramil left YouTube because it ain't enough real ass niggas on here. Like, y'all need to stop. And yeah, I was listening to some of the shit he said, and I agree with it. Yes, a lot of these dudes do give a fuck too much about women. And when I say give a fuck about women, this is what we gotta start to separate. There is a big difference. See, the problem is niggas hear the word women and they start imprinting their own bullshit onto it. That's like the issue I have with it. I gotta get that shit fixed. That's the issue I have with it. It means what it means to each individual motherfucker. So it's like, like AM1, hearing women all the time, well, you're trying to get pussy. Well, nigga, that's not what we talk about in our space. And that's why BGS got hella annoyed about, him making that characterization. That's actually not what we talk about in this space. And that's why when I brought up the anti-propaganda shit, you can't say, okay, well, we're going to talk about the anti-propaganda shit, but we're not going to talk about the source of where the anti-propaganda comes from. And then it becomes, oh, well, are you, and I'm going to get back to the YouTube shit. Then it becomes, well, at some point, you need to be showing people how to work on themselves and do all of that. But yeah, the thing about it is, what people are dealing with, dudes are dealing with in their daily lives, is the result of the anti-propaganda shit or the propaganda shit. That's what niggas like this thing about our job is not to be this. Our job is not to be helper brother. This ain't no fucking 100 black men or helper brother, or like, niggas do not donate. Like, the money that we generate and the attention we generate is not predicated on shit, on some false bullshit. It's not predicated. We don't sell the idea. We sell the idea on telling it like it is to the best that we can. That's what we sell. And some people may be on some bullshit with that. But we do not sell the idea of we're going to elevate the black community. Now, we may have some ideas of what to do as an individual and what to do as a community and point to what the fuck is wrong and this is what needs to happen. But that's not what we sell. So when people super chat us, when people give us views, when people give us viewership, that shit is not, yeah, what's up, Ty City? Like I said, and Ty City could correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that Ty City didn't know Ramil was selling his channel. I'm not saying Ty City would have bought it. I don't think you don't buy a channel from another YouTuber. That doesn't make sense. But I'm saying, if we're going to have the conversation, Ty City would have been one of the few people where that could have maybe kind of, you might be able to say that made sense. Like, maybe. Because they got similar talking points. They got similar views. They kind of attract a similar kind of audience. They don't really have the same style. But that might have kind of, and even then, I'm like, I don't know. But that could, he's one of the few. But ain't nobody paying no several, like, what? No, like, that isn't. But he said he didn't know. That's the only reason I bring him up. And so if he didn't know, I didn't know. And so this idea that the manosphere took a L, that's because they didn't buy his channel. Like, his channel's some strategic real estate. Ramil's saying that ain't no brand. What are you talking about? That ain't no, we're talking about, like, the black manosphere thing is a branding thing. So you got a little bit more rope with that. But, maybe. But even then, I'm like, that shit don't really mean shit. Because that just means we can't monetize it. And nobody was really monetizing the black manosphere anyway. Putting the black manosphere, you can't tell somebody they can't put something in the title. Like, Disney cannot tell a content creator that they can't put Disney in the title. You can't do that. You can tell them they can't put they can't showcase Disney's copyrighted content, but you can't say you can't put the word Disney. They can't tell people that. Now, they can't sell something with Disney on it, sure, but YouTube AdSense doesn't count as that. So, anyway, but going back to what I was saying, the reality is, as far as dudes, depending on when, but that's where dudes are. Like, I can say where you want to go, but I'm divorced from I can tell you what I think you should do or what I think people should do or here's some ideas. I'm divorced on whether you do it or not. Like, mentally. I'm not on some, well, this is a bullshit if they don't do it and fuck this shit. I don't think that way. I don't think that way because that shit's going to add other stress to me. For what? You live your life the way you want to live it. And the outcomes you have is on you. Point blank, period. You do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you so much what to do. I'm telling you how to be smart about doing it. Which is why when we talk about marriage, the thing about marriage is, I know there's people that's going to want to get married for whatever reason. Some of it's bullshit. Some of it what they just think they should do, whatever. But my thing is, you can be smart about how you do it. Now, my personal opinion on it is, it's like a lot of motherfuckers out here, niggas know why they get married. Niggas be getting married for bullshit reasons. Dudes ain't never really questioned, why do I want this? Nobody never sits there and does a fucking a pro and con chart on marriage as to what's the pros, what's the cons, and really lay that shit out. Same thing with kids. Most niggas just have kids. They just have them because they got a whole bunch of oops babies. A bitch just wanted to let that nigga nut, and that nigga was in the moment and had that feeling and did it. And there you go. And then it's the aftermath of that. Most dudes are really not driving their own ship. They're not. Grinch talked about that a few days, like maybe 3-4 days ago. Niggas are not, and that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. That's why I talk about red pill. Whether you call it red pill, you call it red pill, you call it being on game, you can call it being self-aware, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Niggas, man, this red pill is about this. It's about, no, it's not. It's about being aware of what you are doing. Just like when they talk about meditation, so you're aware of the mind-body connection, same thing. Don't be like a piece of paper floating in the fucking wind and then blame the wind when you wind up fucked. That's what it is. That's really all it is. And we have the conversation of quote unquote about the women, because the women, unfortunately for a lot of you Negroes, are like 85% of what's got y'all fucked up. You all's mentality, not just around them, around what you think you should do for them. The biggest reason why I talk about women as much as I do is because you all's beliefs, this is why I talked about ego and I talked about guilt, around how you all put, and this is, you all put women above you. And my shit is designed to deal with all of the framework and mental bullshit as to why you do that. That's it. That's the main thing. Yo, this nigga kills me, man. I know this is a white boy. It's like, nigga, we get it. Nigga got a fucking, what is it? A fucking GMC. We get it. Damn. And that nigga ain't even right by me. That is some overcompensating bullshit. You ain't even down in the fucking you ain't even downtown doing that. You fucking uptown. Nigga talk about I'll buy a channel. I mean, let's say, here's the crazy part about it. Let's say Ty City sold his channel. One of the most valuable things I think about Ty City's channel is his production. Ty City ain't selling you that equipment. The fuck? The most valuable thing about his channel is really the production. And him getting, with his skin tone, getting that fucking lighting and coloring right. That's a service. I mean, like, what do you, like, that makes no sense. Like, that makes no sense. As if y'all are, nigga, we're not, it's not like we're selling some shit where y'all are contractually obligated to stay. Like, whatever. I don't even want to get into that because that's going to work into the territory of me giving my opinion on that transaction. And at the end of the day, I'm not knocking nobody's, I'm not knocking nobody's, monetary exchange. I'm going to call it that. Because I don't, and that's why I'm kind of like not really wanting to talk about it. Because then it's going to have like, but I'm going to tell you, you buy a YouTube channel, you dumb. Unless that shit is that shit has to be completely divorced from the person that made it. And very few people build channels in that way. Now you can build websites in that way. But very few people build YouTube channels in that way. Or in that image. Man, please. What the fuck? Very few people build, so a YouTube channel, Instagram account, you might be able to pull that off. Because Instagram accounts are easier to brand and divorce yourself from it. But I wouldn't do that with YouTube. There's a couple of channels I'll give you an example of that you could kind of try to pull that off with. No, I ain't getting Bojangles. Could you imagine if Jessica X sold her channel? Jessica X sold her channel to another bitch. That's when you niggas would never shut the fuck up about that. Y'all would never shut the fuck up about that. Y'all let that bitch sell her channel for that show. Anyway. I'm almost done. I want to talk to y'all while I'm out here doing this bullshit. But yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, I had to talk to some Jamaicans today, man. Boy, that accent was so strong. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Nigga, I'm not eating fast food. Shut up. Studio lighting for the blacks. Yo, man, that would sell. Especially now. If you know how to pull off certain things, man. Yeah, we'll see about that Matrix. I don't know about that Matrix show. I'm going in with low expectations. Ty City said I wouldn't buy. I'm just saying, like, you can't, like, Ramil's channel is a chick can't even come up on the panel and then nigga think something wrong with their YouTube, yo. Appreciate it.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing all right. Thanks. I mean, it may not get it at first, but AM1 actually has the potential. AM1 could do a tech channel. The thing about AM1 is AM1 knows how to do graphic design, videography. So AM1 can actually do a tech channel in a way that would get traction. And he's got kind of like that look where he could brand, like he could do a tech channel that could really blow up. And the thing about it is, first thing is, you don't do no tech channel for, like, if you're gonna do something like that, like, that's an asset. You don't sit there and be like, well, how do I sell doing tech shit for niggas? You don't do that. You just put it out there, and then if you develop a black audience, because here's the thing, if you develop a black audience, okay, so if you're gonna do a tech chat, this is what I should have did. Well, the way we should do it is, like, not so much focus on, because think about it. Take Poor Man, for example. Oh, fuck. Dude. Take Poor Man, for example. I believe Poor Man is Kenyan. I could be wrong about that. But let's say he is for the sake of argument. Or let's say, fuck it, Poor Man's African. Do you realize that Poor Man could hook up with Wode Maya or, O'Shea? Because obviously Poor Man is going places on the platform. And he could hook up with O'Shea with the Kinganda shit. And he's African in America. So, obviously he can plug into that shit. Wode Maya, I ain't saying just because he's African, how tribalism, but you get what I'm saying. He could plug into that shit. I believe he's Kenyan. He could plug into that shit, right? Dynast, all of that. See, he built his channel. So if he wanted to create a channel that's segmented on certain things and then basically build that channel up a little bit more, he could do that. I know y'all niggas like, the fuck. Number one, that's not a fucking, that ain't the same as a goddamn, smoke detector. I know how to change a smoke detector. That ain't that. But whatever. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't know why it does it like that. So yeah. So with AM1, you would be a damn fool to create an equipment channel just for black people. That's dumb. Like what you would do. This is how what you would do is you would create an equipment channel like a normal equipment channel. And then if you want to create and you want to make videos for black people later on, it's maybe segmented or something like that. Or you want to make another channel that's a smaller channel, for black geeks, or do it for music. You could do that. And then that shit is backed up by your main channel so you can send traffic to that. That's how you would do something like that. And you got the credibility. That's how you would do something like that. And the truth is, it's the same thing with the Manosphere content. That's how you would do something like that. You don't sit there and then start, I want to make it just black only, and then build it up. We did that because our shit wasn't going to be valued by the YouTube algorithm no matter how we went about doing it. So we might as well have did it that way. But now, the way you should do it is you go for everything, and then you create another channel segmenting down. Because the truth is, you're going to attract certain black people on the strength alone that you're black. That's straight like that. And that's how some of the people that's real Young Ripper, that's how they did it on the in the Geeker thing. They did it just off the street. They were black. So the black people are gonna gravitate just because of that, even if you don't talk about black shit all the time. That's how Lucas, that's how they did it. And then you double back. That's what you do. You double back. That's how you do that. So if you're going to do a channel like what he's doing, I would say, yeah, I would tell AM1, don't mire you. The whole shit don't even matter. I wouldn't even tell him to do that in the first place. Now, if he wants to do reactions and give his own brand, because AM1 is kind of like Chizza Z. Now, they don't talk about the same shit, but AM1, because AM1 has a unique kind of way he views things that I haven't really seen on YouTube. Like the way he with his anarchy, some of that shit. And so so I think it comes to a viewpoint. So AM1, even if he did talk about the reaction channels, he can add stuff to it that would give it a lot more credibility. So there's a certain way I would tell him to approach it. And truth be told, I would just tell him to talk to O'Shea. But he has a lot of the skill shit. Because even the way SK Speaks is doing it, I'm probably going to do it a similar way. But if you're willing to go on camera, go on camera. I would not say go if you're willing to go on camera, go on camera. I'm hip to a lot of people, Freeman, just because I keep this very segmented. I don't bring everything into it. Like I keep telling y'all, I have multiple YouTube accounts. And maybe one day I'm going to go into what I look at on all my YouTube accounts so y'all can see. I keep it very segmented. That's not true. That's not true, Gabe, because he doesn't have to dabble in manosphere topics. Like a channel where he talks about, first of all, a channel the one thing I would tell him, AM1 is I know his name is Aaron. So AM1, because he has AM1 Soul, AM1 Speaks, because he has other things on Instagram. AM1 is his brand. It doesn't have to be, I would tell him create a separate YouTube channel. The only thing you talk about is equipment. If you got to do the manosphere shit, you got your other channel. That's it. You should do AM1 Reacts, AM1 as far as whatever name you want to do with equipment, AM1 Reacts, AM1 Reviews. Just like how my brand, I have a brand called, we'll say that Edward Anderson Speaks. Edward Anderson is my brand. That's my first select. So I can do that on a lot of different stuff. Now, my other brand for some of my business stuff, because I don't want y'all taking some of my usernames on some things, is like a for dummies thing. So it's like this for dummies or that for dummies, but it's not for dummies. It's something else. Gabe, that is correct, but you would not go for the, absolutely. That's why I said you wouldn't go for the same audience. The truth is, AM1 has people that are listening to him just because it's him, but like for instance, take me. There's people, like, I know if I talk about business shit, I can get about 50 or 60 of y'all to listen to that. Like, I've seen it. So I can get about, at best like 50 or 60. That's not bad starting out. So I know if I wanted to talk about, if I create a channel that's straight up talking about like shit that's not like the whole shit, I know like that classic, I know where like kind of a starting point is. And then I could grow from there because that stuff will be different in the way I go with that. I would go with that like a legit channel. And I'm going to make this legit channel. But with AM1, again, he has a little base, but the algorithm will catch that because that stuff is going to be more promotable content. And AM1 doesn't talk enough about this content to be shadow banned like that. And as far as even talking about this content, the way AM1 is doing it, I would say, nah, do a reaction channel. And then you put up videos and react to it. Because the reason why you separate the channels is because the algorithm is different per every channel. That's why you do that. So the algorithm, so if you have a whole different branded channel, and the truth is you could have multiple branded channels under the same Gmail. I wouldn't do that, but you can do that. I see AM1. Exactly. I mean, Gabe, this shit is common sense. That shit is common sense. Like you wouldn't see, like, and here's the thing, I'll say this, Gabe, there's something to be said about having a hybrid channel. I think a lot of folks in this space could do better if they had hybrid channels. For instance, Fantastic could basically say, okay, I want to talk about sports because he's a Laker fan. And then there'd be times where, even though he don't fuck with BGS on a lot of other shit, he fucks with him on how BGS views these bitches, but they're both Laker fans. So BGS isn't gonna make a channel, but he'll come up on panels, they'll have conversations. He has insight being in LA. And so you could do a sports channel. Now, I'm not saying that Fantastic kind of could get away with it, maybe. Like, if he said, I don't want to do 2 channels right now, he could kind of get his people acclimated to that and maybe build shit, because he's got kind of a personality where people may fuck with him with that. So there's ways that you can do that. Like with me, I can tell you right now, I can convert my channel to a reaction channel and get away with it. It's as long as if I keep it within like mediocre and podcast and poor man, I could do it. Because it's still the same content. It's how I go about doing it. Well, it depends, because you assume all manosphere dudes listen to the same shit. That's not true. That's really not true. So yeah, you have that. Is it the majority? No. I know I got like 74 people here. If I did a business, I probably had like 25, but I know that going in. So you keep saying manosphere dudes. Manosphere dudes are not just here for the bitch talk. It's never been like that. That's what y'all keep saying. That's what y'all keep saying because y'all can't produce the same numbers. But you wouldn't sit there and go after the same audience. Because everybody ain't like the way you thinking about it is not correct. That's the problem. Hold on. Yeah, I listen. Like I know I haven't listened to that Patreon because honestly, a lot of folks be having some good content on Patreon. You just gotta kind of go through people's Patreons and you know, and that's another thing too, man. Like a lot of y'all that want more of that technical shit, y'all need like, and I'm not against it. But there's people, a lot of people put that shit on Patreon because they like, look, if I'm gonna talk about it, I know I ain't gonna get the views, so let me get some cash on it. Remember, yeah, get a dollar or a couple of dollars on it. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, because it's like, look, that's premium content. And so at the end, so it's a lot of different ways. Because that's really ultimately what it is. What it is you got folks that they not getting enough traction. Because if folks are really making some bread, and here's the thing, Ramil is a little bit different because Ramil can clear a lot of money on super chats. I've seen that. So I'm not putting him in this category. But what I am saying is a lot of motherfuckers really talking that shit. If they were clearing like 5,000-6,000 on YouTube, they wouldn't be running their mouth so much about what the space is doing. And the thing, well, Fresh and Fit proves that. And a lot of it is that gossip talk. And the thing about it is, you know, my thing is, if I generate X amount of dollars on YouTube with certain things, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to expand it into other shit. That's all that is. You know, I open up my time like straight up because a lot of this stuff is just knowing how to produce this shit. That's really all it is. But what happens is people just get one hat. Like honestly, Angry Man could. Like, I don't care what they say. If Angry Man could have done the geekdom things, he could have went the route of Young Ripper. I mean, the shit don't work out, and I'm not here to tell nobody why something didn't work out because I don't know and I wasn't 100% there. So I'm gonna leave it at that. He just decided he didn't want to do it. That's cool. But just like how you see Anthony Brian Logan with the political shit. Man, please, nigga, like, you have no idea. Like, YouTube is, like, gaming is literally, we live in a different time right now. You know, if these hoes can be hoes, I can play these games. I play a couple of games, and to be honest with you, like, with me, you know, because I'll deep dive. You got channels that's built around the lore of these games. Like, even fucking Robert from the Comics Explained, he was in the Call of Duty shit back in the day when it was hot. It's the same thing with Halo. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff, and a lot of these motherfuckers don't show their face. Like a lot of these Halo channels, most of these like Star Wars, they don't show their face. They do scripts. 4, 5, 6 minute videos, and that's it. And you don't have to be the top channels like to really get a good lick. It depends on what you really trying to do. But it's not just that. It's I mean, there's so much different shit that people do that y'all don't know. Like I don't even want to go into all of it, but I know right now, if I seriously started talking about affiliate marketing, internet sales, like if I did a hustling channel, like I know that out of like the 4,700 subscribers I got, I'm pretty confident I could get a good like 700, if not 1,000 to start off with. And then it also depends on the quality of your content. Because if you make your content fire and the production value's fire, even if your stuff ain't there, your engagement will get there, and then people will fuck with you just off the strength of how strong your channel is. So, yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of different shit. Food, it's a lot of different niches. But see, a lot of people want to play like, well, YouTube ain't, niggas want to be too cool for school. That's really what it is. They get too cool for school until they fall in the money. They fall into like, oh, wow, I'm generating like 2,000-3,000. All right, I might as well take a deeper look at this, see if I can run it up. That's what that is. But like, people want to act like they too cool for school. That's what that is. Freeman said, yeah, and Ty City said he tried to do a gun channel, but they be hating, which I could kind of see. But sometimes I'm not gonna say he didn't try to push his way past that. I'm not here to judge who the fuck. I don't know what he did. He said it didn't work. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But you damn right. You got GunTube, and really the GunTube is really GunTube ain't a sub niche, but really that's like the survivalist YouTube, and there's a lot of products to go into that, a lot of Amazon shit. I mean, I was just over there because I bought a lot of that food saver shit, and I need to do some research. And some of the people that do some of the best videos on like really not only reviewing that shit, but they also talk about like what you can do with it. They show it. Some of these like redneck white folks, you could put this shit in here for like a year and like different ways to jerry rig shit. And trust me, there's always black folks looking for a black face. Like, it's not so much that they give a fuck about like, oh, I need to be black. But it's like they say, okay, these people are more likely to have the experiences I need, so I want to deal with this product. So people subconsciously, when you black, they gonna argue, oh man, I didn't think there was a black person in this space. Let me see what they about. Now, if they on some bullshit, they on some bullshit. But everything ain't as controversial as what we do. So what I'm saying is, people should be doing that. Some of y'all should be taking what y'all do here and then say, fuck it, I'm cool with being on YouTube and shit. Let me see if I can, put that into something else or something that I'll talk about other than this. It don't have to be this channel. Like a lot of people don't know this. Mediocre Tutorial Reviews has a gaming channel. It ain't doing shit, but he has it. And if he really wanted to try to push that shit, he could. You can do things in the different verticals. And the reason why I don't like to talk so much about it is because I want to show too. I don't want to just give y'all all these ideas and then it's like, well, nigga, what you doing? That's why I don't really be charging or say like doing shit like that. Because y'all can't really ask that, because I'm like, the only thing this is charging you is your time. And truth is, you ain't got, I can always retreat back to that. Sure, ease, absolutely. Absolutely gay. And that's another thing. Like, you got all online and offline. I'm not an advocate for saying fuck offline. There's a lot of networking stuff you can do offline. And if you really big, because the truth is, like me having 5,000 subs, like me having around 5,000 subs, I can go offline, and that's to people, that's impressive. Like if I say, oh yeah, I got 5,000 subs on YouTube, me just talking this shit on YouTube, and then people support what I'm doing, they think I just do it for free. When they actually see that I can get money out of it, they're very impressed. With that. Even though I don't get that much, I appreciate what y'all give. I'm just saying. So that gives there's a lot of aspects to that. So, and I'm not saying you go people niggas, but you get what I'm saying. And you be talking about all these black people. Well, my question is, I asked Gabe, is how many of them are ADOS? But there's a lot of different circles. But we are on YouTube. So why are you, yeah, man, fuck YouTube, da-da-da. Well, you're on YouTube with us right now. But anyway, yeah, I wouldn't tell AM1 to do that. And I actually got another dude I need to hook AM1 up with, Marty McFly. He's more on the photography side, but he got a lot of equipment and shit too. And these are both people out here doing shit with clients, doing big things. They know folks offline. So I'm not against none of that. If we want to have a conversation, we can have it. The problem is niggas want to go to the hoe talk and go and niggas will talk about hoes, and rather than saying, all right, let's have this conversation here. They just think, oh, well, you need to be talking about this, so I want you to talk about this. Like in the middle of a fight. Like, what are you talking about? And it's like they want to change the conversation in motion. And then y'all get mad and want to judge when niggas are not on that. You know, Bernard got his freestyle Friday. I mean, and the thing about it is, I have no problem with developing like a sphere for that. I keep saying that. We need to develop a sports sphere. We need to develop different shit. And it's up to some of y'all to step the fuck up. Like y'all that talk about sports, y'all need to, you know, say, and another thing, say what you want. We should be doing polls. Okay, good, Gabe. I'm glad. I'm asking a question. That wasn't a question with an answer in mind. I'm happy. So yeah, so folks need to stop trying to tell motherfuckers like people are here because they want to be here. People, look, one thing you can't say about our space, our space is not easily found. So when people find our space, they find it because they want to see the information. And we got to stop bullshitting. Yes, Mace, and I do need to promote you more. But I know you do sports. But I always tell folks that you do sports. Now, one of the things I would say, Mace, is you need to check out Ticket TV, because one of the things that niggas like drama. But yeah. So what we got to do is develop folks that really, and you got to think, when it comes to sports, niggas got their team, so they may want to talk football, but do they want to talk the teams you want to talk about? Because I know folks that do them specific team things, and you got to understand you niching down when you do that. It's Mace Tager. Just type in Mace Tager. It's his name. And I think we do need to do that. Like Bernard needs to have kind of like, I don't know if Bernard is really into sports, but he needs to have a day where he say, okay, this day we're going to talk about sports. I might start doing that. Or we say we're going to talk, and then that way we get the content creators that we know they deal in sports, or they can talk about sports. And because I think some of y'all will be interested in hearing like how the teams would divvy up differently. Oh, well, fuck LeBron. That's why I stick with, yeah, you know, niggas. But yeah, there's a lot of things that can be done. But a lot of folks, it's kind of like, are you serious, or you just mad? That's kind of the question I want to ask. Are you serious, or are you just mad? Because a lot of folks, it's like they just mad and then they want to vent it out, but then they don't want to look like a hater, so they want to do all these straw man arguments. But ain't nobody, oh man, you just talk about hoes. No, I just talk about the gynocracy, because that's what I want to push. And when I decide that I'm going to package that in a different way, basically through the trending news, through some of the reactions, then I'm going to do that. And it is what it is. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, but these hoes are always got money on YouTube. You know, niggas be like, man, these bitches, they get it on YouTube so easy because you niggas are bitches. I mean, welcome to the fucking black community. What are you talking about? I mean, welcome. And niggas say it, it's like they finally starting to understand what we talking about. Yeah, what's up, son? Is a hot rod. No, Mace Taggart is on sports too. You just don't see him often. But Fantastic is another dude. Yeah, I mean for real. But so that's how you do it. And so, yeah, and then I'm not doing it just to talk. Like, that's another thing. I'm not, like, a lot, like, this shit is important. This is why I'm not really on some, I got to get money out of this shit to be doing it. But God damn it, anything else I'm talking about, yeah, I'm about to get money. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be asking y'all for super chats and cash apps. No, that means that when I do it, the purpose of me doing it is going to be to develop an audience so I can monetize it. That's what the purpose would be. It wouldn't be, so it would be developed like a show. Which means I might say, yeah, some of y'all need to cam the fuck up. It's something to be said about a lot of this geekdom stuff. Like, we just gotta package it in a certain way to where it can be monetized. And I think the conversations we have are some of the most insightful conversations out there. It's just certain things, and it's not just YouTube. It's also social media. That's another thing. Melody got like 20,000 followers on social media. So, I mean, you know, folks gotta kind of get out their ass and start really looking at shit. Yeah, niggas be like, nigga, and I be like, yo, it ain't that serious. These women are gonna take our space away from us. No, they're not. The space is gonna get swallowed up. And it's just gonna be big. I'm gonna turn on one day and every nigga gonna be listening to a bitch talking about manhood. Well, the problem with tech is you can't just talk about tech. You gotta get specific. When niggas say tech, nigga, let's talk about technology. It's like, yo, that's a very self-centered mentality. You got to look at niches that people gravitate towards, that they look for. See, when you start niching down like that, that's when SEO becomes important. But anyway, y'all, I'm done. I done said what I needed to say. I gave y'all another good hour. So with that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.